You're always gonna be wrong if someone dies. But you gotta live your truth. And you gotta make that change the best way possible. The best way you know how. With no malice. I mean, we all make mistakes. But that's what life is about. Living and learning. A lot of people think what I do is easy, but I can say something about that. And I really don't wanna sound cheesy, but it's time for y'all to hear facts. Me and Pac started this back in '08. No one paid us no mind. But it seems when we work through the bull-ish, everybody want a piece of our time. Piece of my time. I can't really help what you think of me. I can't really change your mind. I do it for the love of community. But you would rather waste your time. Talking about what you would've done better if you were in my lows. Then you probably would've been better if you had your show. No matter what I do, you not satisfied. Mortified simply for the fact you not more than mine. But I decline all the back and forth while I sip the wine and analyze all the sleep souls in the woke line. I wrote rhymes during broke times, though at times there was no time. And the lines, they were blurred lines. I tried to search, but I can't find. But what I found, yo, it ain't mine. So what I gotta do to get through to you? What I gotta do just to make it true? I speak my mind on the online, but offline you just challenge me on what I do. My mama said never argue with fools, cause the day that you do with the day that you lose, then you lose credibility. No one's gonna be feeling me, and all that you work for now is just an epiphany.
It's harder than you may think to get along. There's no love in this game, man. You must be strong. Said it's harder than you may think to get along. There's no love in this game, man. You must be strong.
Sometimes I feel like it's just me against the world, but I know God is with me, and He's gonna be with me forever.
It's harder than you may think to get along. There's no love.
Don't let him hold you back,
man. You must be strong. Said it's harder
There's no love.
than you may think to get along.
There's no love.
There's no love in this game, man. You must be strong.
Yeah.
But you gotta live your truth. You can't worry about what other people do or say about you. Just live your truth. We all can't agree on everything, but one thing we do need is life, love, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So let's just live that. I mean, it's like, no matter what I do, no matter what I say, you're always gonna be wrong if someone dies. But you gotta live your truth. And you gotta make that change the best way possible. The best way you know how. With no malice. I mean, we all make mistakes. But that's what life is about. Living and learning. A lot of people think what I do is easy, but I can say something about that. And I really don't wanna sound cheesy, but it's time for y'all to hear facts. Me and Pac started this back in '08. No one paid us no mind. But it seems when we work through the bull-ish, everybody want a piece of our time. Piece of my time. I can't really help what you think of me. I can't really change your mind. I do it for the love of community. But you would rather waste your time. Talking about what you would've done better if you were in my lows. Then you probably would've been better if you had your show. No matter what I do, you not satisfied. Mortified simply for the fact you not more than mine. But I decline all the back and forth while I sip the wine and analyze all the sleep souls in the woke line. I wrote rhymes during broke times, though at times there was no time. And the lines, they were blurred lines. I tried to search, but I can't find. But what I found, yo, it ain't mine. So what I gotta do to get through to you? What I gotta do just to make it true? I speak my mind on the online, but offline you just challenge me on what I do. My mama said never argue with fools, cause the day that you do with the day that you lose, then you lose credibility. No one's gonna be feeling me, and all that you work for now is just an epiphany.
It's harder than you may think to get along. There's no love in this game, man. You must be strong. Said it's harder than you may think to get along. There's no love in this game, man. You must be strong.
Sometimes I feel like it's just me against the world, but I know God is with me.
Yo, are we on? Oh, we are on. What up? What up, everybody? It's your boy Royce the Voice, Orange Click, Orange Leader. Shout out to K-Team. Speak your thoughts or lose your mind. And it is what is the date? It's the 7th, right? It's the 7th of December. It was the 7th of December. See, that don't even flow right. It's December 7th, man. We're about 18 days from Christmas. You dig what I'm saying? It is 8:04 p.m. How's everybody doing out there? First and foremost, you know what I'm saying. I see my YouTube people. I see my Facebook people. I see my Twitter people all over. What's up, Sharita Miller? What's up, Rita? What's good? What's good, man? Shout out to everybody that's on right now. Let me give a shout out to BJ Anderson, Melissa Ramos. We got Miss Rhonda Eppinger. Shirley Temple, you know I gotta call you that. Shirley Tremel, what's up, Tremel? Shirley Tremel, what's up? Nino Black, man. Nino Black, man. He's got his debut, man. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, Black Bots tomorrow. It's gonna be cold, man. I already heard the intro, man. This is what he's gonna light some things on fire. You know what I'm saying? And Jazz Baxter just joined up in this mug. Is it Onya? Is it Onya Trice? Let me know if I'm saying that right. Onya Trice. I hope I said that right. It's all good. I hope everybody's doing good today. You know what I'm saying? This is what I want everybody to do. All right, especially here in Tullahoma, Coffee County, Franklin County. I mean, oh hell, man, just all of Middle Tennessee, because we're dealing with all of it tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I've hardly gotten any sleep. I probably got like 5 or 6 hours of sleep total. That's what from just doing all this stuff, and I'm gonna put y'all abreast on that. As you do see, you see the link. The link right there is in the Royce's rant. The Royce Massengill page, like that main page y'all see. Royce Massengill page. I'm gonna allow some people to come in, you know what I'm saying? But before y'all click in, I'm gonna let y'all know, because we've got a pretty hefty show tonight. I've got some. Let me just tell you what I'm got. You know what I'm saying? You stressed out, Rita? I'll get you some wine, girl. Get you some wine and chill out. You know what I'm saying? What's up, RTV? You already know what's up, man. All good. You too, Sheffield. You know what I'm saying? I see you up in there doing the stuff for football and all that, man. That's the Sheffield TV on there, man. You know, you are our eyes when we can't see on the field, you dig? So, thanks for all the love, everybody. I want everybody right now, before we go even further, I need y'all to share. Why do I need y'all to share? Because there's a lot of people that need to hear this that's not hearing this right now. You feel what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say. It's going to be nice. I just want to see my people sharing right now. So share for me real quick before we get started. All you got to do is press that little share button right here. You dig what I'm saying? Just share it. Start a watch party. Just start a watch party. You know what I'm saying? And just let that mug run. You know what I mean? Because like I said, we need all of Tullahoma to hear this. We need all of Tullahoma to see this. And this is what I have for the city of Tullahoma and the surrounding areas. You dig what I'm saying? So Wednesday, right? Wednesday we had a diversity council meeting, kind of like a study committee or a hearing. I would call it a hearing. And Mayor Noahs had conglomerated a study committee. You know what I'm saying? That was, I think it consisted of about 7 people. I'm backing off the mic. Yeah, it is kind of high, ain't it? I'm gonna turn that volume down. All right, am I good, producer? We good? All right. He formulated a study committee of about 7 people, 6-7 people, I believe. If I am correct, yes, I am correct. Sure did. All right. So within this study committee for the Diversity Council hearing, I have been informed that it was supposedly just about the bylaws and amongst everything else. I mean, they discussed a lot of things as far as the Diversity Council, the study committee. They talked about a lot of the bylaws of what I'm looking at here, the Community Council for Diversion and Inclusion. I'm looking at that. We'll be going through that a little bit too. But I noticed, and let me clarify some things, because I'm a man of clarification. You know what I mean? Because look, I mean, if I'm correct, if I'm incorrect, I want to be corrected correctly. Does that make any sense? I want to be corrected correctly. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, 6+ man. I think it was Banks. I think it was Rupa. I think it was Pastor Torber. It was Daniel Berry. It was Tisha, and then I believe it was Harris. I believe, yeah, Harris, Tisha, Rupa. Then we had Banks, Daniel, Torbert, I think there was one more person. I can't remember the name. I got to look that up. If somebody knows, please tell me. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we'll put that up in the comments or whatnot. There's one more person. I got so many screens up here, y'all. Like, it would take a minute to type that in. But, you know, if you know who that other person was, let me know, because I just looked at it and I forgot. So anyway, yeah, all day. Okay, yeah, already. So anyway, y'all. So there was a hearing on Wednesday, and they were just discussing some things as far as what the diversity council was all about. And let me tell you, you know, I try to be as unbiased as I can. I try my best. You know what I mean? But when something tips your scale, sometimes you can't help but to be like, all right, man, hold on, man. Something just don't make any sense. And really what I'm gonna tap into is just a few things that might have been taken out of context, a few things that were said to the audience that was listening from the speakers, I guess from the opposing side, that didn't just click too well with us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm too low now. I'm sorry about that. Okay, let me get up on the mic though. Okay, it's hard to judge this mic because my voice carries. But all right. So it ruffled a little bit of feathers up in there, and I think the person who stole the night for that night would be, State Senate Janice Bolin. Now, let me just give you a little briefing on that. Now, before we get into her, we're gonna go a little bit on down the line because I actually had a chance to speak to Janice Bolin on election night, November 4th. Shout out to WCDT Radio. I got a chance to speak to her on the phone. Now, I had no idea about this lady. I didn't know much about her. You know what I'm saying? I just know that we were on the radio, and Ricky Tips gave her a call, and I was just asking her some questions. She's, if I'm correct, I think she was the one that was an advocate for an advocate for the marijuana situation and stuff like that. So, of course, you know, that rung a bell with me. So I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. But, you know, as I started researching a little more, I was like, all right, I hope I get a chance to see her again. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, you know, she came to the diversity council hearing, and she had some things to say. But we're gonna get into that, all right? Because so right now, this is what I'm telling y'all. Right now, I have pretty much the majority of the audio of the speakers on the opposite side, and the opposite of the opposite side. You know what I'm saying? So we had the ones that were for the Diversity Council, and we had the ones that were against the Diversity Council. Now, out of those that I think I have a total of 9 of them. Some of them I couldn't quite get all their names because, honestly, to be honest, when I got there, I thought somebody was going to film it. You know what I'm saying? I thought the regular, TCG, you know what I'm saying, was going to film it. But then I see TUA, just with the regular setup with the camera and stuff. I'm like, okay, it didn't look like they were filming everything. I don't even know if they filmed everything. I did notice that on that Janice clip, it was edited. And if you don't know much about editing, when that face morphs like that and comes back again, it's like, oh, that's an edit right there. But I have the full audio of Janice Bolin and some disturbing things that she said, a little bit of contradiction, and she got some things kind of mixed up. But we're gonna get into that. So what I'll be doing here in just a minute, I'm gonna be playing 5 pieces of audio, 4 or 5 pieces of audio of the people who were with the Diversity Council. And let me just name them off real quick before, we get started up in that piece. So I want to give a shout out to, and these are now, along with this caption and stuff too, I've got some caption of the ones who kind of wrote their piece, including myself. I wrote something myself. We all had about 2 minutes to speak. And let me tell you about this. Pretty much everybody on the side of wanting the Diversity Council pretty much did their 2-minute speech, with an exception. You know what I'm saying? What's my guy's name? Gadichi. He's only been there for about a year, in Tullahoma for about a year or so, and he spoke really well. It was actually interesting to hear a Republican conservative be in favor of a diversity council. It was an energy shift when he spoke, and when he said that he was at when he said when he was a Republican conservative, I felt the tension kind of be like, ooh, wait a minute, he's actually speaking for it. Da 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 da. So anyway, last name Gadichi. You know what I'm saying? He's a good guy. You know what I'm saying? He had a nice little speech to say. And we're gonna play all of that, but I just want to get a shout out to him, Ashley Collinsworth, Laurel Stone, Mike Young. I want to give a who else do I have up in here? Let me look through this thing because this is the best way I can kind of look through that. So myself, Mike Young, Ashley Collinsworth, Robin Gidici, Laurel Stone, two inaudible names, and we'll see that in a minute. Richard Brooks, Janice Bolin, and Greg Sandlin, I believe is that last name. So we got all of their audio. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to tap into the first audio. So let me tell y'all how I'm going to do this, okay? Now, being that the people that were for the diversity, I tried to get as much as them to send me their writings for the caption. So there is a little bit of difficulty with the captions, but this is what I'm going to do. As far as the people's pieces, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy and paste, right? And I'm going to put them in the comments. Now, it may be broken up in halves because I think the comments can only take a certain amount of characters. So I'm going to be paying real close attention to what they're saying. And I'm going to copy and paste each comment, and I'm going to show that comment so y'all can kind of read along. I tried to enhance the audio as much as possible, tried to noise gate it and everything. I do just want to give a shout out to the individual that, that gave me the, 8 speakers on both sides. I didn't get all 8 of them. You know what I'm saying? I actually had to leave, and actually I wasn't the one recording actually, but I just got, this is all the audio that I got, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Is it Judici? I believe that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I feel you, Aaron McCullough. What's up? Also, to clarify, the sides weren't pro versus con, diversity council. They were pro council as a city agency and pro council as a nonprofit. That is correct, because that's actually what it said on that little piece right there. So actually, reading that again, to clarify, the sides weren't pro versus con, diversity council. They were pro council as a city agency or pro council as a non-profit. And we definitely had a nice little discussion over that, you know what I'm saying, on my page, just trying to figure out what the hell is going on, you know what I'm saying? Because it seemed like everybody was getting different pieces of information. Hell, I was too, you know what I mean? And I always want the right piece of information. So shout out to you, you know what I'm saying, for doing that. So like I said, I'm going to be clicking in the comments, all right, with these captions, and I'm going to put them up. So if y'all want to read along, please do so. If you're not able to hear as well, I do advise you guys to turn up your phones. If you got some earpieces, if you're on the TV, it's probably fine. But if you got some earpieces or some headphones, I would advise for you to put them on, because I took a lot of the bass out and the treble's kind of high, but I took away the noise. You feel me? So you can hear them. All right. So just shout out to the person that sent me that. I'm going to keep that person's name anonymous for their safety, so they won't be bothered. I'd rather them bother me than y'all, because I'm sticking my neck out here. You feel what I'm saying? And I want y'all to help me fill in the gaps, because hell, I don't know everything up in this city. I'm trying to. We got to try to get to the source. We need to figure out what's going on and how we can work all of this out. You feel me? So anyway, so the first piece that I'm going to play, this is from Ashley Collinsworth. Shout out to her. I'm going to be setting that up. And once again, I'm going to be going into the comments, highlighting what she wrote, and posting it up piece by piece. All right. So if y'all are ready, I'm actually going to handle this myself. So y'all just bear with me real quick, because me and my producer are sharing each other's stuff. Oh, you got it? Okay. Well, that's what's up then. We'll do it like that. So right now, here is, hold on. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go ahead and put half of her stuff in the comments already. All right. So it'll already be ready. Okay. And we're getting ready to play. Is it going to do it? I wonder why it ain't gonna do it. Oh, it does do it. Okay, yay! All right, Ashley Collinsworth, ladies and gentlemen.
The Diversity and Inclusion Council serves many groups of people, as we've heard and will continue to hear. One of those groups are veterans. An overwhelming amount of veterans today are living with PTSD, and I'm here on behalf of them. Say you're driving down your neighborhood, and every time you hit the same patch of potholes on your street, over and over again, you immediately become agitated and panicked because you are reminded of the dirt roads your convoy policed twice a day in Afghanistan. Or it's the weekend after 4th of July, and the neighbors are setting off fireworks, and you instantly start to figure out how to save yourself, and your family from enemy fire. You're driving down Jackson Street and you see a business not realizing, not by mistake, that they are accidentally disrespecting the flag. And you become unnerved because you think that they are the enemy in disguise. I personally do not know veterans that would openly speak at a BOMA meeting about any of these issues. Appearing weak to others is oftentimes debilitating to veterans. So they and their families suffer in silence. Now, imagine if there was a council with a council member that was a veteran, someone who can empathize, relate, and create a safe place for this anonymous veteran to share his or her concerns. This council member would then be able to help create an action plan and work with the board. We all say we want to support the troops. Now is the time to actually prove through action that we support our troops by supporting our veterans and their families. As a veteran's wife, I ask you, will you please support our veterans by adding this council to our government?
All right. I'm gonna stop that right there. Now, first, before I go into any more, did everybody hear that? Did y'all hear that? I just want to hear. I want to see it in the comments. Did y'all hear it? Everything good? Before I start for this next one, I got it, Royce. Who is this speaking on behalf of the veterans? This was Ashley Collinsworth, and thanks for that. This was Ashley Collinsworth. Ashley Collinsworth. She actually ran for alderman this past summer or whatnot. She had a good run. Okay, so y'all did hear me. Heard it? Missed the name. Yep, Ashley Collinsworth. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the, I got to respect my producer, bro, because golly, even though I had everything pre-typed, so this next one I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure I got their name up this time because I already typed everything. And I was just working with this caption here. So I'm glad that y'all saw this. Good. So everybody heard it. Great. Caleb Pickerson, great. Sounds good. Good. So word. Shout out to me for enhancing that daggum audio, man. That took some time. I stood up to like 3 o'clock in the morning, y'all. You feel me? All right. So shout out to Ashley Collinsworth in support of the veterans there. And so everybody just take mental note of all this because we're going to tap into this more. I'm going to, allow some people to come in after we hear some of this audio. And once again, you know what I'm saying, this is just for the people that didn't get to come to the council meeting. And also, since it, wasn't televised, we tried to get as much as audio as we could. And like I said, man, we're just trying to do this for the people, man. You feel me? Using those First Amendment rights. You dig what I'm saying? Freedom of the press and all that jazz. You feel me? I heard that TUA was going to be posting us some stuff later on this week. Not sure. But anyway. Let's go to the next one. Ashley Collinsworth Shockley. Yes, ma'am. All right. So anyway, let's see, who wants to be next? I want to go with, let's click this up in here. I got it in the box. Okay. So let's see. The next person we're going to go with is Miss Laurel Stone. And do I have hers over here? I believe I do. Yep, she gave me her stuff. Y'all just bear with me, man. We're doing this live. All right, so I got Laurel Stone. I'm going to put this here. Y'all bear with me just a quick little sec. And first I'm going to mute this audio on here so it won't just run off on y'all. Damn. Boom. Okay, we're gonna click that. I think we got that all set up. Y'all just bear with me here. So next we have, and I'm gonna go ahead and Josh, you got that good. Make sure I got some of her stuff in the links. Get the comments together. Boom, boom, boom. City. Okay. So next up, ladies and gentlemen, we have Miss Laurel Stone. She was actually another person that spoke here at the council hearing. So y'all just tune in. Make sure y'all let me know if y'all hear that. Here we go. It's about 1:43. Laurel Stone.
If you can state your name, please.
Laurel Stone. As they just covered, there are many aspects to diversity and inclusion. Tullahoma is a very diverse community with various needs and perspectives. A city should be responsible and accountable in the ways that they are supporting their constituents. Our government should be fair and representational of the needs of our community. All citizens need to be represented, have equal access, equal opportunities, and have their perspectives and voices heard in our city. A council could aid for better understanding of the experiences of all citizens. The council can play a role of providing information and education. Education for these citizens. Diversity and Inclusion Council can bridge that gap between our diverse community and the government. A diversity council can advocate for all citizens. A diversity and inclusion council should be part of the city because we are all part of the city. It is the responsible thing to do. It is the right thing to do. It will enhance Tullahoma. We refer to Tullahoma as a rising star. So we need to prove that that's true. Community members want this. I want this. Our city does so well in so many areas. We can do better.
All right. And that was Miss Laurel Stone. I tried to be a little fast on that one. I'm just trying to see how many words they can hold in the comments. So what I might do is just like highlight everything that y'all sent me and just see how much fits in there, because I was breaking it down in pieces. And dang, a minute and something seconds goes by fast, man. Faster than you think. When you're sitting there listening, it's just different. It's different. It sounds longer. So shout out to Laurel Stone. I appreciate you sending over your stuff. I really appreciate that. I hope everybody heard it. Y'all just give me a thumbs up if y'all heard everything. Shout out to Vincent Benjamin, Lisa Sons, Danny Allmarker, BJ Anderson. Yep, y'all heard it? Okay, good. All right, Miss Blackwell, what's going on? All right. Great. So what we're going to do next, who we got next? We're going to go with Mr. Young. Let's go with Mr. Mike Young here. I think that was pretty much in order that we were doing. Mike Young. And before I do that, let me just get his stuff up because he actually gave me a write-up too. Ooh, yeah, he got a little beefy one too. It's a beefy one. Ooh, it's beefy. Let me make sure I can see this right. Hold on, y'all. I got to big up this screen because, yo. Okay. All right. So let me throw him up in here real quick. Guy Mike Young. All right. So he says his name kind of low, but this is Mike Young, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, thank you, Josh. And I'm going to go ahead and get the cheat code in here and I already put his stuff in here. I'm just going to go, matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and just put it up on the screen already before I even press play. I ain't playing with y'all today. Decided the committee. So bear with me because I'm scrolling down. I'm going live on 3 things, so I had to go and find the Facebook one when it pops up. Where'd it go? Okay, the study committee. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put this stuff right there, and we're going to go ahead and play Mr. Mike Young.
Let me speak to this. The proposed creation of the Community Council for caused somewhat of a stir in our little community. Like so many items that described as issues during these days of heated political discussion, it seems to have intensified due to impersonal social media reactions, which I think they will fear. I worry we've lost focus on what this proposed council is about. By diversity, we obviously think of demographic diversity. Our identities of origin, gender, race, sexual identities, we just discussed those. Our community is made up of these and has always been made up of every mix of these characteristics. There are obvious majorities and minorities, depending on how one chooses to look at our population. A diversity council would seek to give voice to all of these human beings who call our town home or who would seek to relocate here. There are a couple of other ways that I would suggest that we consider diversity as well. Experiential diversity, that's our life experiences that shape us. We come from all over the place to this place to live. Our affinities, our hobbies, and our abilities. Our cognitive diversity, how we approach problems and think about things. These are cultural assets that our diverse community brings to this place. The ThinkTullahoma.com website lists aerospace, medical, retail, and technology to be target sectors for business development and recruitment. I checked my stocks today. Those that I hold in medical and technology sectors are doing very well. Every single successful company that I hold stock in has dealt with diversity directly, systemically, and as a part of their corporate culture. Every single one of them. They recognized years ago that their ability to draw new talent and to keep that talent depended on this intentional and proactive effort. It was merely a matter of being responsible and smart businesses. If we are serious about developing our target sectors as stated on ThinkTullahoma.com, then we must do likewise. Diverse cultural perspectives can inspire creativity and drive motivation. Cultural sensitivity and insight, local knowledge means higher quality, targeted marketing. Number 3, drawing from culturally diverse talent pool allows a community to attract and retain the best talent. A diverse skills base allows a community to offer a broader and more adaptable range of products and services. Diverse communities are more productive and they perform better, and diverse communities provide greater opportunity for personal and professional growth. The issue, it seems to be framed as should this be a nonprofit or part of our government. To me, it is a no-brainer. Why would we want to separate these initiatives from our government, from our town? It's been successful for all of these big businesses that I am making money off of. Why wouldn't it be successful in our community, and why wouldn't we want it to be a part of our government?
Oh, okay. He kind of, yeah, I see how that goes. Okay. Yeah, that was the remix right there. Could y'all hear that just well? Okay. I hope that y'all could read that just well. That was a long one. I ain't gonna lie. I can't even see hardly a little bit. But I hope y'all saw that. And I hope y'all heard that more than y'all could see it. I just put the caption up in there. I'm going in order the best way that I know how. All right. So, yeah. Amen, Mike. You know what I'm saying? We ready? Okay, good. Thanks, Josh. All right. I don't want to sound like I'm slow over here. Y'all should be focusing. On your just message me. Just message me, love. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, we can talk some business, man, or whatnot, and see what's going on. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So what we're going to do, we got 2 people left as far as on the people that were on this side. So what we're going to do after we do this too, we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we'll head to the other side or whatnot. All right, because we've already been at 34 minutes. I'm gonna go on and slap mine up in here. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna go to, you know, Mr. Gudici. I think that's how he says it, Gudici. Anyway, let's go to this dude named Royce. You know what I'm saying? Let me make sure I got all my stuff up over here. Yeah, dig. I appreciate y'all holding on, hanging on and stuff. Y'all please continue to share. You know what I mean? Please continue to share. I appreciate y'all being patient with me as we're doing this live here the best way that we know how. And let me slap myself up in here. Where you go, buddy? Come here. There you go. All right. Excuse me. All right. And you know what? Yeah, I ain't even gonna say nothing on this. You know what I mean? I'm just hear the words. You know, the atmosphere there was pretty tough. It almost seemed like we were rushed, to be honest. You know, the first people that went up, it just sounded like it was rushed. But anyway, let me put my stuff up here real quick and let that save down. Come on, come on, come on. All right. All right. Y'all ready? If you're ready, say yeah. All right, here we go. Royce Massengill. Oh, okay. Sorry.
Outreach to those.
We're going to play it back. Sorry, couldn't hear it. One more time. Sorry.
Hello. If you could state your name, I appreciate it. My name is
Sorry.
Royce Massengill from Tullahoma, Tennessee. This should be about like a minute. All right. Having a diversity council will be one of the best things that Tullahoma has curated in a long time. It will bring awareness from the unheard to the ones who have a bigger spotlight than most. It will encourage an outreach to those who felt their voice didn't matter, so they didn't vote. However, government involvement doesn't sit well with me or any other citizens that I know, due to the fact that they have been ignored for many years in this very community by this very government. Simply put, some of us just don't trust our government. So why would we trust them to uphold the bylaws of the Diversity Council? To the council I say, if you haven't, go through all of your options. Is this the only one? Would you want the freedom to move as you please, or be at the mercy of bureaucracy? There was a statement said that they do not want to put in the work for a nonprofit organization, which only tells me that it's not worth fighting for. To the city government, if you choose to accept the council to the board, our only wish is that you understand the need for such a council and the proper support that it would take to continue to diversify in the future. We the people, that includes everyone, no matter the race, no matter the culture, no matter the handicap, no matter the gender, treat us all the same. To the naysayers of Tullahoma, we are not asking for special treatment, but only a fair chance to expand our knowledge of each other's cultures, folklores, morals, and most importantly, our history. Thank you.
All right, that was that big head dude named Royce Massengill. You know what I'm saying? And I can only speak for myself. Because I definitely, I wanted, the people who, spoke, prior to myself and Mr. Robin Gudici. What's up, man? What's up, man? He just hopped on there. Did I say it right? Is it Gudici or Gudici? Because you did your fingers like this, like some Italian, you know what I mean? Like you're eating some spaghetti or something. Gudici. What's up, man? I'm actually going to play you up next, man. And I really try not to speak for everybody else and what they mean, but everybody knows what they were meaning. But as far as what I was saying, really is just I was kind of being purple, you know what I mean? Because I do want a diversity council. I can't lie and say that I don't. I think it would be a great thing. You know what I'm saying? It's just, I'm sorry, I just don't trust the government that much, just to be honest with you. It really doesn't have anything to do with how everybody else feels about why it should be attached or for it to be a government agency, so to speak. Shout out to McCullough. But I just, and it's nothing personal. I just don't trust the functions of the government like that. You know what I mean? It's just shout out to the Gideon's Army out there in Nashville, Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to have a few of those guys on my show in a couple of weeks. But, the way that they set up their thing, and the donations they get and the sponsorships that they get, they just kind of went out there and they grinded, man. They went out there and they just grinded. They grinded. Shout out to Mike Young. Yeah, man, we already played you, bro, but, you can hear it again. I believe so much in the people, in my people, man, that, that for once, I want us to do something for ourselves where we don't have to be at the begging mercy of the government or being caught up with bureaucracy and stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I did say, if the city government makes them a part of the agency, you know what I'm saying? If they do, I just wanted them to understand, what did I say? To the city government, if you choose to accept the council to the board, our only wish is that you understand the need for such a council and the proper support that it would take to continue to diversify in the future. We the people, that includes everyone, no matter the race, culture, handicap, gender, treat us all the same. To the naysayers of Tullahoma, we are not asking for special treatment, but only a fair chance to expand our knowledge of each other's culture, folklores, morals, and most importantly, our history at the end of the day. So yeah, hell yeah, I'm all for it. You know what I mean? But I'm just tired of the government, man. You know what I mean? They just wishy-washy sometimes, and, it is what it is. But I played in the middle. Just like, if you're going to do it, you better recognize what it's all about. Don't go switching up on us. And if they're not going to do it, then we need to go ahead and do that ish ourselves. We can do it. We got to believe in ourselves. I know we're a small town, but there are resources out here that could help us out. Hell, I've got resources. Let's put all that shit together. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't got time to be fighting with nobody about or asking somebody what we got to do or if we can do this or how much money can we get or we need to ask permission for this and ask permission for that. I don't trust nobody. I don't know who's going to be up in the next 2 or 3 or 4 years that's going to change their mind or don't feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to a commercial break. And when we come back, I'm going to play my man Gudici. You know what I'm saying? Play his. And then we're going to get into the heat of the night. Some juicy moments. You know what I'm saying? I guess everybody been wanting to hear it. It's close enough. I guess when I link up with you, man, you can help me out. You know what I mean? But we're going to play Mr. Robin when we come back, all right, after these messages. So y'all just sit tight.
James butter. It's really good on your hair. My favorite has got to be the peppermint mist leave-in conditioner. It's so soothing to your scalp. I've had dry, itchy scalp, and I tell you, it's amazing.
My favorite product with Jay's butter is the natural flaxseed elixir, especially on the hair that's not mine.
Y'all know what? I really love Jay's butter. I love Jay's butter.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Royce the Voice, and I just want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Kevin Lambert, aka the Cell Phone Guy, now has a new website at www.tncellphoneguy.com. He will turn your phone from hell to heaven. He's open 24/7. He'll have your phone done in about 30 to 45 minutes, an hour at the most. There's no other guy that I would rather call locally is Kevin Lambert. So y'all make sure y'all check him out, all right? He will turn your phone from hell to heaven. www.tncellphoneguy.com.
G Street Quick Draw Gun Magnet. Unlike the competitor, who imitated and sell similar products with more expensive prices, G Street Gun Magnet Mount is specially designed and engineered to provide you the safest and most convenient experience.
Do you want to access your guns quickly in case of an emergency? Do you feel safe in your car and at home? Do you want to be able to hold your guns for any different situation? After our research, we have redefined our gun magnet mount for the market to solve any complaints from gun fans. We have designed and redesigned our magnet mount, which is made from premium, eco-friendly material, excellent craft, unique appearance with quick draw and quick load functions, and hold flat surface firearms safely and secure.
Order your G Street Quick Draw Gun Magnet today with free delivery at gstreetedc.square.site.
Look, I suggest that you fall in line and show me my respect. I'm the best. None of y'all a threat. This is not a test. I'm upset. Come around here, I'll make you stand on all your threats.
Make you stand on all your. Oh, we back on. I'm sorry, man. That song right there. Shout out to Nino Black. You know what I'm saying? G Street Accessories. You know what I mean? Anybody that's locked and loaded, he got that gear for you, so you won't be caught by surprise. But they will. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nino Black, man. You know what I'm saying? Jay's Butter, T and the Cell Phone Guy, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of Nino Black, he's got his show coming on tomorrow. He's going to be debuting, you know what I'm saying, under the Voices Rant Network and stuff. Black Thoughts, you know what I'm saying? So I hope everybody tunes in on that, man. He's been reaching out, man, and we finally came together and found ways to work some things out. So I'm very excited with working with this young gentleman, and y'all are going to love it. You feel what I'm saying? Black Thoughts. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned on Tuesdays at 8 o'clock, all right? Every other Tuesdays for him. All right, so like I promised, we're going to go back to Mr. Robin. You're going to teach me how to say that, right? You know what I'm saying? Please teach me how to say that right. I don't want to mess it up. All right, so check this out. I don't have any caption for him, you know what I'm saying, because this this gentleman coming from, you know, Miami, you know, boy at Miami, he's only been here about a year and a half or so. He just took the podium, walked the stage, freestyled that mug, and I thought this was wonderful. This is one of the highlights of the night for me, for him. So, without further ado, we're going to play Mr. Robin here. No caption, but he speaks loud.
Father Judici.
Judici.
Spell the last name G-U-I-D-I-C. Italian is Giudici. Say that. I'm a new broom here in Tullahoma. I've been here a year and a half, and love the town. Great place for me. Came here from Miami, Florida, where I was a minority. And what I've decided as I've gotten older is it's easy to be against anything. It's much more difficult to figure out how to make something work. And when you look at it in total, the differences that we all have are probably less than 5%. But that's the reason we have a Baptist church on every corner and a Church of Christ on every corner and a Methodist church on every corner. And that's the reason that somebody lives next door to me and they're not my neighbor, they're just the guy that lives next door. We're more divided than we've ever been. And why is that? That's because we don't have any qualms about getting on social media and blowing somebody up. We don't know them. We don't have a conversation with them. But we'll talk about it. We'll say that Rupa Blackwell needs to go back to California because she has a 310 area code. Well, I need to go back to Miami because mine's 786. But I was born in Arkansas. I was raised in St. Louis. I lived 20 years in Nashville, 15 in Miami, and came back here. What you don't know is I'm a Republican conservative. What you also don't know is my great-grandfather's grandfather owned slaves. My family plot in the state of Arkansas, where my mother and father are slaves. Your descendants are buried in that same place. And what I've learned as I've gotten older is there's got to be room for everybody under the tent. There's got to be room for everybody at the table. Whether they know what I know, whether they have the same life experience that I have, whether they do or do not, I've got to make room for them at the table. A police officer will tell you the best way to police a community, my brother is a lifetime cop, is to create a relationship with that community. There is no greater way to create a relationship with a community than to be able to say, you know what, the 14 to 16% of the people in Tullahoma that haven't been represented are now. We have an opportunity here, folks, to be something nobody else is. It's easy to be a rock in the middle of a stream and make all the water go around. But it's something completely different to be a smooth pebble and make the water move faster and help everybody get to shore and make everybody successful. Because the elephant in the room at the end of the day is me. I want my way. I want what I want. I want things as long as it benefits me. I want small government, but boy, I sure did run out and cash that $1,200 check. I want small government, but boy, I sure did take that business loan whenever it came from the federal government. I want what's best for me. Well, I'm telling you, a rewarding life, a rewarding city, a place that people want to live is about giving back. It's about making the place where everybody wants to be, where everybody wants to live, where people want to come, where people want to retire, where I want to raise my kids. I'm going to tell you, my children look at race completely different than my generation does. You know why? Because they had to figure out how to get along. They had to figure out how to get along. And that's what we've got to do as adults. We've got to figure out how to get along again. We've got to stop talking at and start talking to one another. Start talking with one another. Get off the internet. Turn off Fox and CNN and MSNBC and sit down with the mayor. Sit down with your council people. Daniel Berry and I don't see eye to eye on a lot of things. He called me. I respect that. We talked. I respect that. We may never see eye to eye on everything. That's okay. But you know what? He's conservative and so am I. But I'm socially I'm not conservative. I'm passionate. I don't care who you sleep with. I don't care how you identify. I'm called to love you. It's not easy to do because we've all got wealth, right? All right.
All right. Yeah, they had to cut my boy off. They had to cut him off, man. You know what I'm saying? He was going overtime. But when y'all realize, shout out to Black Thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Oh, okay. We see the little YouTube link over there. So it worked. We got a YouTube over here, man. Okay, so you see it's working. Shout out, you know what I'm saying, to my man Robin, you know what I'm saying? If I must expound on that a little bit. Bruh, you threw me completely off. I ain't even gonna lie to you. You feel me? You threw me off, especially when you said the whole Republican conservative thing. And the reason why it threw me off, because we're so triggered by words. We're so triggered by titles and names. You know what I'm saying? Left, right, red, blue. See, that's why I'd be staying purple, man. Because I try to stay right in that middle, because I hear you over here and I hear you over there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, fiscal conservative. That's kind of me. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm, but socially, I care about people too. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to have a plate. But at the same time, I don't want to enable anybody. You know, I want us to all get that fire up under our feet and know that we can do these things, right? But I also believe in this fairness and giving everybody those opportunities, especially educational wise. You know what I'm saying? Educational wise, like the main thing of all of this, you have to have education. When you educate someone, when you give them knowledge, that's when they can get up off their feet and do what they need to do. But then you still got to have that integrity, that determination. And then let's go all the way back to the core family of having a mother and father in the house to raise the child to do what you got to do to survive, along with the knowledge. It all balls up. See, I don't understand how much we got in common. We just tend to stay on one side and another. But if you bring both of those colors together, your left and right together, you become ambidextrous. You become purple. You get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And we good. That's equality to me. I ain't trying to preach to you, you know what I'm saying? Because we got to keep it rolling, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my man Robin. I'm going to quit saying your last name until I get it right, because I ain't about to slaughter your name, bro. You ain't about to get the mob on me, homie. You know what I'm saying? So yes, shout out to Mike Young. Let me give a shout out before we head to the second half of the show. I give my shout outs to Chad. Shout outs to, what's that? Sade, Paul, Rippy, Andy Hall, Shirley, BJ, y'all hopping back and forth. I see y'all. Kim Harris, Kathy, Eve Dig, Robert, Happy Allen, Amanda Washington, Jay Damron, Ian, Rob, what's up, Rob K? Yeah, great words they're saying. Holly Duckett, D. Browserton, what's up, man? You need to come through town every now and then, man. Let's chop it up, man. You feel me? Cynthia Davis, what's up? Mike Young, Kevin Lambert, he said the Diversity Council is a good idea, but I think it would be more effective in the community if it was run privately instead of the city government having any say-so or control in it. And I hear you, man. And so what we're going to do is when I play the rest of this, after I play the rest of these, because I got we got Greg, we got Rob, Richard, 2 inaudible ones, because I did not hear their names, and we're going to play Janice Bowling, because I got some things to say about that. and I'm actually gonna bring in my guy. You know what I'm saying? Judici. Oh, Judici. Got you. I got you. I feel you, homie. Judici. Now it flows. All right. So anyway, let me go on and put this out. Now I don't have any caption, you know what I'm saying? I tried to reach out to these, people out there, but I don't even think they read it. They just spoke straight from the heart. So we're gonna start with well, you know what? I slick do got Greg's speech, cause he actually put it up on Facebook. You did. So wait a minute. I actually copied and pasted him on the slick, cause he put it up there. So yeah. So let me put him up in there and see what it do. All right. I like Jodeci, but Italian. I feel you, Davenport. Yeah, Jodeci. All right, y'all stop, man. Here we go. Let me load my guy up in here. Greg, I'm gonna I got the MP3 of Greg. So, Greg. Every time I'm in the kitchen, you in the kitchen. I know that's Craig, y'all. Now leave me alone. All right, so I didn't even meet that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and post his. This is Greg Sandlin. If I am correct, if I'm not, don't shoot me. Let me see. Oh, that's still mine. Let me stop that. I'm tripping. Sorry, y'all. We're doing this live. Y'all getting the real deal up in here. All right. I'm just putting this stuff in the comments, and we're gonna go to Greg here. Government. Cool. This world. I'm gonna highlight that. Community. Boom, 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 boom. Another one. Okay. So anyway, let's load him up. Yep, good words all day. I think I got him loaded. I'm gonna go ahead and just put his stuff up here. Yep, we live in a diverse country. All right. Greg Sandlin, everybody, are you ready? Say yeah.
We live in a great country and a wonderful community. We are free to associate with whomever we choose. We're free to start organizations, churches, businesses, whatever we're passionate about, we're free to engage in. If Alderman Blackwell, Dunn, and McGee want to have a diversity centered group, advocacy group, they are certainly free to do so. Go for it. But, however, this group should not be a sanctioned council under the umbrella of city government. This would be a perverse application of local government's role in our community. Such a committee would give the new group an inappropriate perception of authenticity. Such a committee would create division and disunity in our community. Our board of mayor and aldermen has a fairly boring role. I know. I did it for 3 years. They need to provide good services at the best price for our taxpayers. Police, fire, public works, roads, potholes, zoning, parks and recs. That's the business of city government. It's not the local government or some sanctioned council to provide special services based on skin color, sex, intelligence, sexual preference, or whatever criteria might be popular with political correctness. The phenomenal Reverend Martin Luther King, he dreamed of a society where we were to be judged by the content of our character, by our merit, and not by the color of our skin. He advocated for a colorblind society where character and merit were criteria for serious consideration. This is true equity. This is true fairness, and we should be aspiring to that. Efforts such as this diversity council would drive us to not look at character and accomplishment, but to focus on a litany of physical traits and moral choices. Such efforts are destructive to unity and divide us along these changing physical attributes and moral choices. I believe any effort to form a board-sponsored diversity council is an abuse of the alderman's role for our city, and would divide us by tribe rather than unify us as citizens of an inherently diverse community.
Okay, so I don't know if y'all heard that, but that last piece he said, such efforts are destructive to unity and divide us along changing physical attributes and moral choices. I believe any effort to form a board sponsored diversity council is an abuse of your positions as elected aldermen and would ultimately separate us by tribe rather than unify us as citizens of an inherently diverse community. Okay? And so that was Greg Sandlin right there. All right. So yeah, y'all type in the comments how y'all feel real quick. At this moment, actually, what I'm going to do, yeah, we'll wait for that in just a minute. We'll wait for that. All right. So who I got next up? We are going to go to. Okay. So these are the two inaudible ones. All right. For some reason, I thought I heard the last name Johnson, and then I heard the last name Parks, but these are inaudible, so I don't have any caption for this one. Okay, so I'm gonna go with the first inaudible one. All right, and I'm not even gonna say the last name because I probably butchered that too. You feel me? And I ain't trying to embarrass nobody up in here. You feel me? So here we go. Here we go. Bear with me.
My name is Amy Johnson. I live at 1302 Pond Street. I really want to address this to the study group and to the board. Back as the public is here, they're listening, but it's really to you guys that make the vote. While I did not attend the inaugural meeting at Mount Zion Baptist Church, I did view the video of the meeting on Facebook. Despite microphone issues that made the comments from the 17 speakers almost inaudible, Reverend Corbett did a great job of reiterating everybody's concern and restating their suggestions. Done good. And my takeaway from that was that there's merit in establishing a council if people want to establish a council to address citizen concerns. I see no problem with that. I don't disagree with it. The proposed council is an advocacy group. An advocacy group uses various means to educate and influence public opinion and ultimately policy. It can be good, it can be bad, depending on the group. The United States and the world are full of advocacy groups from everything imaginable, including the California Coalition Against Sexual Assault, Reading is Fundamental, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers, Disabled American Vets, the Lupus Foundation, the Fraternal Order of Police, and some funny ones. Maybe they're not funny to the members, but to me it was the National Hot Dog and Sausage Council and the American Mustache Institute. Each one of these is a special interest group as well as an independent organization. I could not imagine if all 8 of the groups I mentioned, plus this council, would want to come to the city and say, we want to be an arm of the government. I cannot imagine the chaos. Involving only one individual group as an arm of BOMA sets a scary precedent. Because if you're going to accept one, all the others are going to come, and they're going to say, we want it too. So I don't see it as going down a good road. And I'm not saying that there shouldn't be a council. It's just, it should be a standalone.
All right, and so I think this is another one that that it feels like it should be a a standalone. Christian Davenport says I would like further explanation of these moral choices the council would be representing. Ian said why do these meetings not have official transcripts? Actually, you know what? I'm not even going to answer that because I don't want to give off any wrong information. But if somebody can answer that for Mr. Ian. He said, "Why does the meetings not have official why don't they have official transcripts?" All right. So this is what we're gonna do. We're going to the next inaudible one. I felt like the last name was Parks, but it was just inaudible. Couldn't really hear that quite well. So y'all just bear with me on that, and we're gonna get them in here. Let's see who did that. All righty. Okay, y'all let me know if y'all ready. If y'all ready, say yeah. Here we go. No caption on this.
Give us your name, please, ma'am.
My name is Susan Carr, and I'm here on behalf of individuals with disabilities. I'm not going to be the wordsmith some of these guys have been, so I'm just going to be to the point. As individuals with disabilities, we have been underrepresented forever. There's a 75% unemployment rate. They are allowed to be paid sub-minimum wage as of now, and don't have a good hand in what governs their well-being. So I think that the role of this committee would allow council feedback from those underrepresented communities that would help move some of that forward. An example of, and let me just back up and say, I love Tullahoma. I've taught at Tullahoma City Schools. I love Tullahoma. There's a great outlook of inclusion coming out of the school and employment, and community employers are working with the schools, and it's a great thing. It's a wonderful thing. And the outcome of that is that these individuals who maybe wouldn't have been shopping in your stores, in your grocery stores, and buying in your restaurants are able to do that. We want to help. We don't want to be a group of people we want to help the city. We want to help with things like transportation because we have ideas and we think that they would work. We want to help with things like employment, and we think that those plans would work and it would benefit everybody. So I'm also the president of a local nonprofit called the ARC of Coffee and Moore Counties. And everyone here knows that it takes a lot of work to run a nonprofit. I mean, it takes accountants and members of time and money, and it's a lot. And if we could do this through the city and just be an avenue for feedback of how to improve some things, it wouldn't cost money. People would be able to participate. And one of the things I would like to mention, and not hear the buzzer, is for instance, there was an accessibility meeting a few months ago, 6 months ago, in an inaccessible room here in Oklahoma. I don't think it was intentional, but I just don't think that it was something that we thought about. And we would like to be a voice to have those sorts of things thought about. And that's all. Thank you.
Okay, so yeah, cool. This just in, actually, because I thought I almost played it in order. Shout out to Aaron McCullough. This was actually Susan Carr is the woman currently speaking, and she was advocating for the council as a city organization. Correct. Yep, Rob. So I wanted to, because I couldn't tell. I was like, is that Parks or Carr? I couldn't quite hear that well. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up. And actually, y'all, okay, so it was a mix-up, but y'all ain't heard it yet. I just want to make sure that when I click on it, because I've got Richard in here, but I ain't got them confused because just the way that the audio was recorded, it almost sounded like the same people. So this is what I'm going to do. Josh, if you don't mind, can we do a commercial break so I can just make sure that this is the right audio that I'm gonna play before I get to Miss Janice Bolin. Okay, so we're going to go on a quick commercial break. I just want to do an audio test to make sure I'm not running the same audio as I did before, and then we're going to be good, all right? So I'm going to be right back. Sit tight. Please share, please share, please share. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Check it out. It's free.
What?
And we like free.
No way.
And they also have tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer.
Okay.
Anchor will do all the work for you.
No.
So it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and other media outlets.
What?
You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Oh, yeah. All right, so I found it. I think this is the right one. So, if I am correct, so let me just make sure. I do have Richard Brooks. I just think, you know what I'm saying? It was because he went on for a nice little merchant. Let me make sure this is the right one, because I don't know. Why did I name them both Greg? That was retarded. I was up late last night, y'all. Y'all got to bear with me, man. I was up to 3 in the morning, you know what I'm saying? But we do have Richard Brooks. That's his last name. Yeah. So he's the next to the last, next to Janice, and we'll dip into that. So here we go. No caption for this guy either. All right.
The preconceived bylaws of the Community Council for Diversity provided to the public state that the council's objectives include coordinate programs that advocate for the percentage of the city of Tullahoma's population which are historically underrepresented in our community. My question is, what does percentage of the population which are historically underrepresented mean to the board? Who determined who was underrepresented, and to what capacity are they underrepresented? Where is the data relating this relative to Tullahoma? The bylaws seem to have already drawn conclusions about who the council believes is underrepresented. This is evident by the bylaws declarations that gender, ethnicity, mental physical ability, LGBTQ status are underrepresented. Who made this determination for Tullahoma? By determining these groups are underrepresented, the bylaws have already preconceived the results of the study as though the council has a different agenda in mind. This is troublesome. My concern is that our elected officials have conceived of a solution that they are fond of, and now they only need a problem to which to apply the solution. As an example, if the public were told that specific people groups had been calling the mayor for months that they were not able to get work or are being denied services, I'd say we have a problem, and having our elected representatives study this problem would be wise. But to suppose there exists some inherent problem in Tullahoma based on phrases such as underrepresented portions of the community seem to be supposing too much. What is the evidentiary material that substantiates this presupposition? Again, it appears that we have a desired solution, and now we must hunt for a problem to solve. And when one desires a preconceived outcome, one can find all sorts of data to support their desire, while summarily ignoring data to the contrary. This is a very slippery slope. Finally, I would ask, when we talk about expending resources on educational material, which is part of the bylaws, who determines what that educational material is? Why would we expend our resources on developing educational materials that divide our people or separate them into groups or tribes or camps? Why would we not have material that teach our people to love their neighbor as themselves, or to not judge others by what they look like, but rather assess individuals on the content of their character? In closing, the formation of this council to study diversity seems like a preconceived desire to pit various identity groups against one another. I know that is not the stated intention of
the objectives. It is in and of itself divisive in the capacity of a government entity. Specifically, again, coordinate programs and activities that advocate for the percentage of the city of Tullahoma's population which are historically underrepresented in our community. Again, distinctly before we address that fully, what the bylaws tell our community that admittedly the Board of Mayor and Aldermen have not been doing their job in the first place. If we need a council to represent a remaining fraction of the community that is historically underrepresented. Was the board not elected to do that? Represent all persons in Tullahoma? Is that not why city elections are nonpartisan?
Is that not why we as voters research to find out who would best represent our beliefs and goals as a community? Simply to form another useless tax dollar wasting government entity is not the answer. Regardless of where the money to support this council comes from, either local tax dollars or federal grants, it is still tax dollars that would be better suited to serve the community as a whole, not a selected group. A proposed and appropriate solution for those passionate about the issues of diversity could be forming a nonprofit or other source group association for this specific cause. Until then, it's the opinion of many of us that it is not a wise use of community resources. The opposition to the formation of such a council is not the nature or intent of the council. It is simply not the government's job to continuously create councils, boards, and committees in an attempt to fix problems that were created by the government itself. In other words, if the board simply does its job as elected by the people of our amazing city, this would not be an issue in the first place.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Some people said they had a glitch in the. Yeah, there was a glitch in mine too. You know, I didn't know what was going on. So just to make sure all the names are right, which is why I guess this is a good thing that we all need to share. So whoever calling out everybody that spoke at this diversity hearing, claim your name. That's how I'm gonna do it. Claim your name. You feel what I'm saying? Because I actually, left early. I had to get to do some work. So claim your name. So when you share this and you hear your speech, you spoke your speech, claim your name, all right? Especially when it gets down to this little piece. Now this, one that I know for sure. This would be Janice Bolin. And before we do that, actually, I'm going to bring up the link, all right? The link for anybody that wants to join in as we kind of recap everything that we heard, because I want to hear from the people, because that's who it's all about. You dizzy. So I put the link up here, you feel me, in the Royce's Rant chat. All right. And actually, yeah, the Royce Massengill page, you see it right there. You see it. So matter of fact, let me do it like this too, because I'm gonna put it in my Royce Massengill Jr. page too. You feel me? What's up, Dovey? Davy? Let me know which one it is. You feel what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, let me put this in my thing real quick, because I gotta highlight my watch party over here, because I ain't trying to leave them out. For anybody that want to come in on that. So I'm gonna paste it to there. You dig? So anybody that wants to hop in, you see it in there right there. Walter, Hinky, you feel me? Click that link right there in that chat. All right. Make sure all this was good. Shout out to Action. What a Action. All right, so I'm going to put this in here, put this in the link. Y'all bear with me real quick before we get to Janice, because I actually want to show, I don't know, what do y'all think I should do? Y'all think I should play the audio, the full audio of Janice Bolin first before I show y'all the video? Because the video, they edited it. So what would y'all rather hear? Y'all let me know. Would y'all want to hear our audio first or the audio and video? Let a brother know what's up while I put this link on my watch party. Watch party tripping, man. I hate it when my phone do that. It's just retarded. See what I'm saying? Y'all let me know in the comments or whatnot which one I should play first. You feel me? Okay. Yep. You want to hear from Ashley? Yeah, people. Ashley, they say they want to hear from you, sister. Let me put this, golly, hear from Bo. Man, I hate it when this, Oh, okay. So you want to hear the audio? I'm hearing the audio. Let me get 3 more audios. Let me get 3 or 4 more audios, and I'll play that audio. You dig? Make sure I copy that. We got the vid first. You want the unedited first, audio. Okay. Sorry, Christian. You know what I'm saying? Audio wins. You know what I mean? Everybody got to hear the real deal first, and then we'll show the edited version, which is good. You know what I'm saying? It's good. You want to hear the truth before you hear the edits. I always call edits lies because they don't want you to see certain ish. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, hold on. I'm trying to put it in my thing real quick so people can get in. I don't know why. There we go. Now it is in my watch party. Good. So y'all see that there in my watch party. There's the link for anybody who can actually come on in. You know what I'm saying? You want to. We're just going to, put you in the green room while we watch this. So let me put Miss Janice Bolin State Senator Tennessee, Tanker K, up in here. Let me see. I'm gonna make sure I give y'all the wave file because I can hear it here. All right. Thank y'all for being patient, man. Y'all continue to share. Now she went on for 5 minutes, y'all. You know, and I'm gonna shut up. I ain't gonna be biased until we're all done. All right. Okay, here we go. The unedited version, Janice Boland, and then we're gonna shoot to the video after that. And during the meantime, y'all hop in if y'all want to hop in. Y'all see it. Let's go.
I would say that in Tullahoma, we have lived here, we chose to live here, we chose to raise our children here. And I'm here not as the Deputy Speaker of the Tennessee State Senate, which some might consider because of my white privilege, which is kind of humorous since I was raised on the wrong side of the tracks, not in Tullahoma, in another town. Wrong side of the tracks in a 3-bedroom house with 4 generations and 1 bathroom, 3 math. So the only privilege I got was to make sure I got to go back at least once a day. But in all seriousness, as we look here in Tullahoma, when I heard that there was being considered a diversity council, I laughed. I said, this is a joke, right? What's the punchline? Because in Tullahoma right now, 7 aldermen, 4 are women, 2 are women of color. When I read the newspaper that Tullahoma had elected its first woman of color, I said, who was it? I had voted, and I didn't consider Ruth a woman of color. I considered her Ruth. J.T. Northcutt was when I was an alderman for 15 years, sat beside me. He's my dear friend to this day. And we agreed on more than we disagreed on. But when I think about Tullahoma too, I go back 40-something years when my mother, a different generation, came to spend a week with us when our youngest child was born. She went to Bel Air Elementary School that evening with my husband and our children for the PE program. When they got back home, I was home with a newborn baby. She was talking to my son. She said, Temple, that was really a nice PE program. That was just a really nice school. And your PE teacher is black. She was being gracious in her comment to that. And my son's remark was, he looked at her, he said, well, actually, he's light brown. He had no idea what she was talking about. He was a dear friend, and still a friend. And so in Tullahoma, 30 years ago, how many of you lived here 30 years ago? Thereabouts. When and I'm crying to this day, when I think of Mrs. London, who was getting out of her car, and she had the flu. She jumped out to keep from messing up her car. She had been shopping for her family at Christmas time. She didn't put the car in neutral. She put it in reverse. She ran behind to get sick, and the car went over her ankle. When we were at their home taking food to Antonio and Eugene's mother, and I heard from her in the phone, it broke our hearts. I've been to this many funerals of people of color in Tullahoma as I've had. I was honored to speak at Eugene London's funeral. His family asked me. My point in all this is something that I said at that funeral. Eugene, and if you say his name right now, you're going to have a smile on your face because everybody loved Eugene and he loved everybody. He was a part of our county and mayor of Manchester. But he knew the Old Testament where God divided us, where God sent us at the Tower of Babel because of pride, because of separation, because of arrogance. We were divided into sets and subsets by ourselves. But God did that because of arrogance, and he had to divide us up. In the New Testament, on the day of Pentecost, he brought us back together again with his love of Jesus. So my DNA and your DNA and your DNA, we have the same DNA as believers. There's one race, it's the human race. And if we continue to want to look superficially at people, and I've had a lesbian that came into my office, and she was adamant that I should accept Well, lesbians, I didn't walk into a room and say, hello, I'm here in Southern. I'm having sexual abuse. I want you to work this. I don't identify myself just by what color, what gender, how I'm married. Because I believe in a certain way, and that is my choice. But to come here tonight and even discuss making a council based on setting and subsetting and dividing and looking at the supervision. In the city of Oklahoma, as they say down home, you're daylight and a dollar short because Oklahoma has dealt with whatever diversity there might have been years ago. And I see that possibility.
Okay. So this is what I'm gonna do. Because I want to serve this justice. We're gonna go to the video. All right. And I actually found the one where I actually did let me pause this real quick. Because I think I took a noise gate out of this or whatever. Because I was just hearing it and I was like, hold on, something don't sound right. So I'm gonna play the video, right? And after I play the video, I'm gonna bring it to that halfway point where they're talking about Eugene London or whatever, and start it from there. But so what I'm gonna do, you guys, is anybody hit that link? First of all, anybody hit that link? Anybody want to come in and say anything, speak your thoughts, or lose your mind? You feel me? So what I'm about to do, I'm gonna go to the page here, and I kind of want to keep this page confidential. You feel what I'm saying? That I'm going to, because yeah, that's just how I roll. You feel me? So let me stop sharing this screen right here. You dig? And y'all just give me a second. So in the meantime, man, play a little music in the background, producer, you know what I'm saying, when I go get this video, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, I want everybody to share right now, you know what I'm saying? Share for me. Get the word out right here, because we're gonna have a recap of this once I get to this video. So yeah. So I mean, how y'all feeling right now? Talk to me in the comments. What's going on, Robert? What's going on, Robin? Again, Shirley. First of all, it was Lonnie Norman. She's talking about correct. Yeah, I know. What's up, Beth Hamilton? That's what we gonna talk about. So you guys are seeing it in the flesh. We're just going live right here. I'm going online to get this video, whatnot. Just want to be confidential with the page that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm getting it from. For those who seen it, that's what's up. For those who ain't seen it, you about to see it. You feel me? So y'all just give me a little second. Whew, it's almost Christmas time. I know that. But guys, there's speaking on everything right now, y'all, we got some work to do. You feel me? I would hate for us to stretch this whole thing out and not come up with some type of solution. You know what I mean? Because we do need solutions. We need solutions. We need it. So just hold that for a minute. Sit that tight. That's just how it's going down. Okay. All right, so let me share this screen. And y'all know what I mean. Oh, he stopped the beat on me. I guess y'all didn't want to hear my freestyle. Forget y'all. Forget you, Josh. I ain't, forget you, bro. Whatever. All right, let me, golly, I hate it when it does it. Okay. Let me share this screen for a minute. Y'all bear with me. We're going to go to the tab. We're going to share that. We're going to do the audio. You feel me? And let me stretch this out. Yeah. Okay. All right. Can y'all see it? Janice sounded drunk, huh? Yeah, sadly she was sober. Ha. That's funny. Okay, y'all. So before I press play, has anybody heard this or seen this yet? There are no solutions in society, only compromises. You know what I'm saying? So for those who ain't seen it, you're going to see it. And then I'm going to go back and then start at that midpoint where it started fading out and y'all couldn't hear. I got the one where I took all the noise and stuff out of it, so I do apologize for that. Can't solve something that evolves. All right, so if y'all ready, let me know. I need y'all to click that share button, you know what I mean? And then I want people to dive in here and speak with me. Otherwise, y'all know how I get when I close off. So don't let me rant by myself, you feel me? So we got the link up there. So yeah, here we go. Check it out. If y'all ready, say yeah. I didn't hear y'all say yeah.
Boards and the government that serves them. But when it comes to hearing from underserved populations, whether they're disabled veterans, low-income workers, or racial minorities, the topic of inclusion has become a hot-button issue. At Wednesday night's 3-hour meeting, both sides were allowed to make their arguments. We'll hear first from Senator Bowling. She spoke against the council. Now, all speakers were allowed 2 minutes. However, Bowling took more than 5, so her comments are edited for time, but we will have the entire meeting available on LightTube starting next week.
When I heard that there was being considered a diversity council, I laughed. I said, well, if this is a joke, right, what's the punchline? Because in Tullahoma right now, 7 aldermen, 4 are women, 2 are women of color. When I read the newspaper, Rutherford, that Tullahoma had elected its first woman of color, I said, who was it? I had voted, and I didn't consider Ruth a woman of color. I considered her Ruth. J.T. Northcutt was my, when I was an alderman for 15 years, sat beside me. He's my dear friend to this day. And we agreed on more than we disagreed on. And so in Tullahoma, 30 years ago, how many of you lived here 30 years ago? Thereabouts. When we, and I'll cry to this day, when I think of Mrs. London, who was getting out of her car, and she had her foot. She jumped out to keep from messing up her car. She'd been shopping for her family at Christmas time. She didn't put the car in neutral. She put it in reverse. She ran behind to get sick, and the car went over her in the floor. When we were at their home taking food to Antonio and Eugene's mother, and all of her and the family, it broke our hearts. I've been to as many funerals of people of color in Tullahoma as I have. I was honored to speak at Eugene London's funeral just a few weeks ago. His family asked me to speak. My point in all this is something that I said at that funeral. Eugene, and if you say his name right now, you're going to have a smile on your face because everybody loves Jim and he loved everybody. He was a part of our county, the mayor of Manchester. But he knew the Old Testament where God divided us, where God sent us at the Tower of Babel because of pride, because of separation, because of arrogance. We were divided into sets and subsets by ourselves. But God did that because of our arrogance, and he had to divide us up. In the New Testament, on the day of Pentecost, he brought us back together again with the blood of Jesus. So my DNA, and your DNA, and your DNA, we have the same DNA as believers. There's one race, it's the human race. And if we continue to want to look superficially at people, and I've had a lesbian that came into my office, and she was adamant that I should accept her lesbianism. I said, listen, I didn't walk into a room and say, hello, I'm Janice Bowling, I'm heterosexual, and you don't like it alone. I don't identify myself just by what color, what gender, how I'm married, because I believe in a certain way, and that is my choice.
The group did not arrive at any conclusion on Wednesday and will continue to study the matter. Now, during that time, as I said, we will present both sides of the issue. We'll hear from a citizen in favor of the council on Monday's newscast.
Okay. Okay, this is what I'm gonna say, because I need somebody to hop in here. You know what I'm saying? I need somebody to bounce off of, because I know how I get if I start speaking by myself. Y'all see the link up there, Walter, where you at? Ashley, where you at? Any other speakers? You know what I'm saying? Please don't get me to talk by myself because you know how I can get. Okay? All right. So in the meantime, so there's several things I wanted to point out. Hey, what's up, Rivera? Several things I wanted to point out. Yes, it was hard to watch. It was hard to watch. Yeah, my face says it all. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, all that. Emojis. Put your emojis in the air. I don't know, man. Click the like, click the OOs. I want to see the emojis go up everywhere because she needs to feel this real quick. Now, I don't care if you are left, and I don't care if you are right. I don't care what political position you hold, state senate, mayor, governor, U.S. Senate, state representative, U.S. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. The first thing that I'm going to do, speak on and rant on is Janice Bolin. First of all, coming from me, how dare you for one? How dare you for one? Using black leaders as a scapegoat, as a crutch, as a reference to push whatever agenda you may have, whatever ideology you may have. You know, I don't care if you're for the diversity council or not. It's just the way you went about it to gain sympathy. And them tears were fake. And I would say that, girl, you was not crying. You was not crying. Look, I'm an actor. I took in acting classes. You dig what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real. You holding your chest and doing all this stuff right here. And I just want to say that I can do that right now. I can make my eyes water. See, back in the day, when I used to eat chitlins without no mustard, I had a hard time. Like, come on, man. We read right through that. I was sitting right there like, are you serious? Are you serious? And then you were already back there taunting people, making noises and stuff like that. And the people that were on the opposite side, opposing side or whatnot, let me just say something to y'all real quick. We showed respect. I ain't gonna lie. We showed respect as far as the people that were for this being the government agency. And like I said, y'all know how I feel about it. But you know what I'm saying? We respected the time. We respected the rules. We didn't clap. We didn't stand up and stomp our feet. You know what I'm saying? But that other side made all types of noise, laughed, pointed fingers, whispered, hiss, that, clapping hands after each of them got through, clapping in between the stuff, just showing disrespect. And I'm going to call out Alderman Banks. Yeah, that's a yes, for not regulating that, because you said in the beginning of that daggum meeting that there will be none of that. And it won't be nothing personal. It won't be any antics or claps or any noises or disturbances. And they did that. And Mr. Alderman Banks, I'm calling you out, yes, on Royce's rant, that you did not regulate that. You let them go. And that's what I'm talking about, how the people need to speak the freak up. You feel what I'm saying? Holding every single one of y'all accountable. I don't care if you're my friend or not. You set the standard. You set that tone. You said the rules at the beginning of that daggum meeting, and they broke those rules because we're dealing with feelings here. There were a lot of people that were very emotional. Everybody was emotional. Every speaker was emotional, but we gave everybody their goddamn respect. We did not disrespect them, and y'all disrespected us. Y'all disrespected the people who were speaking before y'all, and y'all were clapping for each other and all that. I even saw a face. I'm not even going to call him out like that, but I will call Banks out. Mr. Banks, and I hope somebody shares this. You look me straight in my eye. I'm calling you out as a citizen of Tullahoma, and I wish more people would speak up too. Don't be afraid of these people, because we put them in place. We put them in place. We voted for them. This is your king. This is who you put up. He didn't stop it. So you know what that does? This is what this does to me. This is what it does to me. Being into psychology and stuff like that, looking at this. You allow them to make all that noise, right? Which already tells me that you are in favor. And you're supposed to have a blank face, Banks. Banks, you need to have a blank face when it comes to this type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Thank you, BJ, for hopping in. Go ahead and bring him in, Mr. Producer. What's up, my man? Oh yeah, you gotta hold on, man. Man, it's good, man. Hold on, I gotta get you like this, man. Josh like to make our head looks big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we already got some big heads.
Yo, man, bruh, Help me out, bro. Tell me what's on your mind, man. What's going on? What's going
Man.
on?
Y'all over in Tullahoma, y'all got some politicians talking out of both sides of their head. They got bigger heads than we got.
Bruh, you know what I'm saying? I don't. It's just the disrespect to me, bro. It's the disrespect, and I ain't got a problem with calling people out that are wrong. You feel me? It's just like it's just a certain amount of respect and etiquette that you have that we gave, and I just feel like he could have stopped that. He could have regulated, but he kept on going. He just kept on going and let them do what they wanted to do. So that was you already told us how you felt about it, and you're supposed to be, have a biased face about it, I guess, because this is just a hearing. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel? Like, I mean, what's going on through your head right now? I mean, from hearing from certain people, even from Janice Bowling and all that. Just start from when you first started watching the show today. How you feel about diversity and stuff like that in the council? Like, give me some of your thoughts on that leading up to what we just hearing right now.
Well, sitting back and watching, for the last, since you guys started talking about the diversity council and stuff like that. And then, you kind of see in the background people start talking. Mm-hmm. And now it's like come full circle, and they're actually showing really how they feel. And they was talking out of both sides of the head. And like, and one, it depends on the group they're around. And we just seen what one person was doing when she was around, Janice Bowling and, everybody else. Mm-hmm. And to see that in the background, I wish they would have had a camera on that. Because if things were happening like people say they was, that I heard somebody say something. It was like Mean Girls, the movie.
That's what
they up there, people up there talking and they up there making fun of them and laughing at them and stuff. Okay, these are people up there with real world problems. Nobody wants to be disabled. Nobody wants, to be have issues about, a person of color, anything like that, and then feel mitigated in society. And then for them to sit there and, to make fun of those people, these are elected officials. What the hell is wrong with these people?
And you know what's so crazy, though? She couldn't, just like Jamie said, she couldn't even get the mayor's name right in Coffee County and whatnot. She kept saying Eugene London. And I'm like, don't you mean Norman? As a matter of fact, it's a shame when Kanye West can tweet about the county mayor, about the mayor in Manchester, like, and when he can tweet about it, sending his condolences, how can Kanye get it right? And she's here in the state of Tennessee and get it all wrong because she was concentrating on trying to get them fake tears.
A crocodile.
You feel what I'm saying?
Like crocodile tears.
And I didn't appreciate that, man. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing, man. This is another thing that just kind of got on me, man. I'm kind of tired of that whole, Martin Luther King speech thing. I'm just gonna keep it real. It seems like a scapegoat because it's like they use that to be like, okay, that should make black people chill out when we bring up MLK when you forgetting about 10 other martyrs that was just as good and possibly better revolutionaries. You know what I'm saying? And it just, those tears, and you're just talking about you spoke at their funeral. But here's another thing that got me. Let me finish that. You spoke at their funeral 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? What that got to do with anything at all? What does that mean?
Well, I think me and you talked about this earlier this week. They bring in they've got the token black friend or my sister's cousins, whoever, dated a black dude or she's got mixed race kids, whatever, and they're like, well, now it's okay, I can do this. Mm-hmm. Okay, Martin Luther King is not the king or not the president of black people. Right. Just because he says something, 40 years ago, don't mean, that's end all, hey, it's whatever, we free now, we free reign, say whatever we want to.
Yeah.
It don't work that way.
No, definitely, man. I don't like that. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of our politicians, they like to pander. They like to use token black people. You know what I'm saying? And this is another thing she got me with Janice.
Even Joe Biden. I mean, I'm a diehard Democrat.
Yeah.
But when he said that, all black people got to vote Democrat. What? No, they don't.
Yeah.
Who are you?
If you ain't voting, you ain't black. I'm like, what you trying to say? What you trying to say, homie?
Who are you, Joe?
I mean? Yeah. So with Janice, it was this whole POC thing. Woman of color, person of color. She kind of contradicted herself, and I wanted to say, first, she didn't recognize Rupa as a woman of color. Okay. Now, I know when people bring up this whole thing of, I don't see color, I don't know. That's another thing that these politicians always bring up that say, I don't see color. It's not the fact that we want you to see color as like, oh, look, I'm black. See, not the cliche. We're talking about something deeper. We're talking about discrimination. We're talking about a whole history of that. Like, no, see color, see us, identify you, identify indigenous, identify Latino, because everybody, identify everything, because everybody doesn't have the same equal rights. People get discriminated against. There are privileges, and I'm gonna keep it real. There's white privilege, there's black privilege, there's Latino privilege, there's Chinese privilege. You know what I'm saying?
And it all depends on where you're at in the circumstance.
Where you at, and all we just want you to do is just say, "Oh, okay, you're right. There is that. Recognize that it is there." You go into Chinatown and watch them look at you different, whether you're black or you're white.
Yeah.
Them triads up in there, you know what I'm saying, up on the west side, like, yo, they gonna look at you like, hey, you better, did you call somebody before you come up in here, before you come up in our Chinese restaurant and eat some food? That's just what it is. You got to see it, recognize it. So first of all, she says, I didn't recognize Rupa as a woman of color. I just named her as Rupa. And then she goes into this thing about a PE coach. She said the PE coach was black, or she said her child said, well, he's more like light brown. You know what I'm saying? She's like, well, he just didn't know. He didn't know the difference, so he didn't, he just saw it as being brown. But then once again, you said that he was black. But I thought, why don't you just call him by his name then? Yeah. Why are you bringing up them stories if you only see people for who they are? But yet you're saying, once again, with Eugene London, he was black. It was like the whole black friend thing.
I'm a dad. I got 3 boys.
Mm-hmm.
And I told my boys that a long time ago. Because they'd had a relative that got onto them. I was like, well, you can't say, that's a black guy or black woman, whatever. I was like, well, you most definitely can. Mm-hmm. If my kids see Royce and I say, hey, describe Royce to me, they're going to say, medium height, thin build, black guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what Royce is. That's what he looks like. But his name is also Royce. Like, it doesn't define him that, that's what he, his appearance on the outside.
That is.
And to bring up anything token about any race, anything like that. And then she goes off and starts quoting the Bible and then throws in out of any, just out of left field. Oh, a lesbian come to my office once. What?
Yeah, it's out the blue.
Is that the first one you met?
Right, right.
Yeah, that's the first lesbian you ever met.
See, once again, that's what I'm saying. Once again, you see how she identified. So she saw that. You didn't just see her as, I'm just gonna say her name's Becky. Don't y'all get mad at me. That's all I can think about. It's better than Karen. Becky's better than Karen. So why didn't she say Becky came in the office, but she had to say a lesbian? So you identified that, but then you just saw Rupa as Rupa. Don't play with us.
It's a lot easier to see, and Rupa, that's my friend, that's your friend. Like, we know Rupa is a person of color.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't tell you who, if I go to Walmart right now, I can't tell you who in there is a lesbian, who ain't. It's not,
Yeah.
They're not wearing that on the outside unless they got a shirt on or a hat or something like that, I don't.
Yeah. And that's all I'm saying, man. I just don't like. First, she got the name wrong. She got the names wrong. She claimed the wrong person that passed. It's just, you're bringing up something touchy that's near and dear to, and I'm just gonna say it. It's near and dear to the community. You know what I'm saying? The Londons. The Normans.
That made the point for why we need a diversity council.
Exactly.
That's
exactly
it for
what I'm gonna get to.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I think her first little statement was she saying about, a diversity council. Like, oh no, like this, we've got 4 women and we've got 3 men. And I will, even Daniel Berry, Alderman Daniel Berry said on my page that he was in agreement with you in saying that there are just some things that people specialize in that he can't do. So, because I'm going to be real. I mean, I was like, I remember talking to Daniel and said, man, bro, you need to get out here in these streets. You need to, and he said, well, man, I go over there. I go to the village. I go to them and they be running me off.
They ain't going to talk to you.
Yeah, okay. They're not going to talk to you, bro. Yeah, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? Once again, identify yourself.
Well,
who are
for
you?
one thing, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Like, they don't share information.
Mhm.
Like that's the culture. That's like you just don't you don't put it out there. Mind your
Exactly.
business, and you certainly don't trust anybody in government or I'm just saying. I mean that's the way it is.
That's the way it is, man. That's the
Yeah.
way it is, and I feel you. And for those reasons too, that's why I'm swaying back and forth. Like those are the reasons why I feel like there needs to be a diversity council. Just because there's 4 women and 3 men, that don't make it diverse. Because within those 4 women and those 3 men, they have branches of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, we got Sister Zenobia McGee. All right, Alderman McGee. Yes, she is black. She is a woman of color. So black people would identify with her. So Daniel, what I would say, and I'm just saying, Daniel, what I would say, all the aldermen, why don't y'all come together and be like, how can we reach the people? Okay, you can reach this side better. You can reach this side better. It's not a pandering thing. It's just what's going to work. Just I didn't know that. Hey, I realized that I can't connect with these people. There is a disconnect amongst the people, and it's a disconnect because there's a misunderstanding, there's a miseducation.
Well,
But I would go ahead.
it's not even about color though either. See, that's another thing, and I call this the Drake argument.
Go ahead.
Like Drake, like Drake. Like there's Drake, and then there's Ice Cube, people like that.
Right.
I mean, there's a difference. That you might be black, but that don't mean you're black.
Mm-hmm.
You might be white. That don't mean you're white.
Mm-hmm.
There's a big difference.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
If you grew up with mom and dad's a doctor, mom's a lawyer, whatever, and I'm just saying, you went to private school, you did all that stuff.
Yep.
You might not be you might not be able to associate, with somebody that grew up in Eastgate or something like that. Not nothing against anybody that grew up in Eastgate. I'm just saying,
right.
like that's a different life.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's a different life.
You might not see that on that alderman council, and they might not want to go, and talk to somebody. I'm not saying it was right to run Daniel off, but
yeah, and that's what you're saying. Like Jamie was saying right there. Like, just know your audience. It's not the fact that you're, it's not the fact that you're not welcome down there, Daniel. It's just the fact, to be honest, they just ain't seeing you, bruh. I mean, sometimes you got to send a representative over there and be like, yo, blase, 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 blase. But what I was trying to say is that as far as with all the aldermen, like, let yourself be seen, be genuine. Like, don't just go in the hood and pass waters and think people gonna vote for you. I'm just keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? You cool. I like you, down. You cool, man. I ain't got nothing against you or anybody else. But passing waters ain't gonna do it, bruh. You know what I'm saying? You can pass. Now that you got you some women of color up in there, and I would say specifically Zenobia, because she's more identifiable to that community. Just to be real with it, you know what I'm saying? If we're just talking about the culture, right? And you go down there with her and you pass around the waters, you know what I'm saying? And use that in a sense, but be genuine about it. Really care. This is what we're talking about with this this whole diversity type thing, man. Like I really just want people to be genuine with each other, dog. Like I don't like all these antics and stuff to get these votes. You feel me? Get to know these people.
Another thing is, you can't listen. You just can't conversate. You have to show action.
Got to.
People look at and see what you do. I mean, your actions, it goes. Actions speak louder than words.
Actions speak louder than words.
If you tell people that they're gonna do something and you're gonna do something, do it.
Yeah.
And if not, come back and be truthful with them about why you couldn't do it.
Yeah. Ashley, if you look at that link, I'm gonna have to put that link up there again, because Ashley's trying to come on here. Let me make sure. Let me paste it. Ashley, I'm putting the link on the. I gotta do it again on my thing. Ashley, stay on my thing. Hold on. Stay on my party. My watch party, because I'm gonna send you that link or whatever. They're just, yeah, man, that was just uncalled for. And then just this other stuff that's going on with with some of our other aldermen and stuff. I mean, there's some things that she might say out of context sometimes, really, and I feel like it's it's to get a spark or whatever. But she never explains herself. It's just like she says something and she'll just leave it there. And she knows that I know who she is. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna call her out like that, but I need her to realize that you got to explain what the hell you mean when you say stuff like that.
Yeah,
Don't
she
think
knows
people
who
are
we're
just gonna
talking
get it. You know, we're just being real. You can get mad at me and hit me up and be like, Roy, shut up. But I'm keeping it real. What's going on, Ashley? How's it going?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you just fine.
Okay, I'm having some sound issues.
Oh, okay. But we can hear you, though.
It's like every time you talk.
Oh, got you. It's all good. It's all good. Go ahead, man. Speak your thoughts or lose your mind, man. Tell us what's going on.
I have no idea what you just said. I'm gonna exit out so I don't waste your time.
Yeah, and go out and then come back in. You hear me?
I still have no idea what you just said.
Go out, then come back in.
Oh, I got that. Okay, leave.
No, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. But yeah, you know, it's just, I'm just so on fire right now, man. I don't want to tell everybody right now that's just listening, you know, let's please not make this a temporary thing. Let's not make this a temporary thing. This is a movement. This is not a moment. Let's just not all get all into it and juicy because, you know, this diversity thing is going on right now and there's some conflict. No, even after this, we got to keep it going. We got to keep holding these people accountable. I think she is going to come back in. She may got it together. Let's see what she got. Can you see me? Can you hear me?
It's still, I don't know what's going on. It must be on my end.
But we can hear you though.
Okay, you can hear me. I made a Facebook post this evening about what happened at the hearing, the meeting, and it took me a few days to write it because, to be honest with you, when I got out of that meeting, I was kind of shocked and appalled by what I saw. I had made a comment that it was like I was back in high school in the cafeteria and the mean girls were just pointing and laughing and making fun of you. So I'm sure you heard over the recordings, which, by the way, when I came in here, I didn't realize they were recordings. And I was like, oh my God, you got Richard Brooks on here. I'm coming at him. And then I realized it was recording. I was like, oh my gosh, now I look like a crazy person coming on here yelling on your stream. So that.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good.
Oh, I hear you now. It's working. It must have had to warm up or something. So,
yeah.
But I made a post. It took a few days to make it. And I couldn't believe what happened. As you heard in the recordings, I had my 2-year-old with me. A lot of the reasons people weren't able to make it were because they didn't have childcare. And I fell in that category, but I was bound and determined to go. Now, I've been blessed. I have 3 children. My older 2 children are like the most perfect children. I could take them anywhere, anytime, no problem. My 3rd one is like a bat out of hell. She's crazy. So it's very hard to keep her quiet.
Yeah.
And I didn't think anything of it. I tried my hardest to keep her quiet while we were in there. And I thought, you know, with Jenna Allmacher and Janice Bowling in the back talking so loudly, they are much louder than my 2-year-old. So I did what I could to keep my 2-year-old quiet. And I had a man, I won't say his name, but he wasn't wearing a mask. And he came up to me when I had my mask down talking to my toddler and literally got this close to my face to tell me that my child was too loud and I should leave. And I panicked. Just having a man come up into my face like that, especially during COVID, was scary. And so I reacted like I feel like anybody would have reacted, except for me that was yelling. So I stood up and I said, "You're not wearing a mask." And Miss Bowling and Miss Allmacher stopped talking, looked at me. Of course, the whole room was probably looking because it was so loud. Pointed like that and started laughing. Just laughing. They're like, and It was embarrassing to begin with, and it was one of those moments like, what do you do when you're in a situation like that? I I try to surround myself with positive, kind people. So I'm not used to being around people that just so blatantly make fun of others. So it kind of stopped me in my tracks. And then after I calmed down a little bit, I thought, oh my God, these are elected officials that are acting like this. And as most of you know, I ran against Jenna Allmacher this summer for alderman. And quite frankly, I was kind of surprised that she won. So I haven't been wanting to say much against her because it makes me come across as a sore loser. And so I've been cautious with my words with her, but now I don't really care how I come across because it's gotten to the point where everybody just they need to know. They need to know. So all I'm asking is please make sure you know who you're voting for. If you have elected officials that will make fun of a mother and child, especially when the mother's panicking, and I think I look at it as I'm a very privileged person. I get to stay home and take care of my kids, and we live a good life. And I think about, and as quite obvious that I have no problem speaking out and sharing my needs and concerns. But imagine if I wasn't in the position I was in. I think about that a lot, and I want to be clear that I am an advocate for the council. I'm not part of the bylaws. I'm not part of putting it together. I'm an advocate, and I want others to be advocates as well.
That's real, and I appreciate your words or whatnot, and we've actually got some people tuned in or whatever. You know what I mean? Some important people, might I say? But I'm just gonna say this. You know what I mean? I wish more people would speak out, speak up. Part of my thing is like, the reason why I call it rant is because I'm just liable to say a lot of things, anything. I could be wrong and I could be right, but then it gives the audience to correct my wrongs, right? And maybe capitalize off the rights, and we can all learn from each other. Like, I'm kind of like a Kanye West. Kanye West would just say some outrageous stuff. And like, what did he just say? I was like, well, I just wanted to get the people to talk, because like I said, I don't know everything. You feel me? But I just want people to speak up and speak how they feel. If you got facts, put the facts on the line too, because ever since I've been here in Tullahoma, I went to school here. You know what I'm saying? I was born here between that borderline in Winchester and Tullahoma, and in middle school I graduated. It's my alma mater. You know what I'm saying? This is what took me to college. And if I look back and when I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on in our community, we were very content. We were very quiet. We did not really speak up. You know what I'm saying? There were even some people that were just getting probably benefits from other people just so they can probably be quiet. I don't know, but it goes on. Some people feel like some people are afraid to speak up because maybe that person is, they're benefiting off of that person, or that person's doing something for them. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, whether you're doing something for me or not, if you're wrong, you're wrong. You feel what I mean? And I'm gonna speak up for that. I want people to stop being scared because maybe somebody done gave you a job, or maybe somebody done gave you a helping hand, which is cool. I get it, but don't let them use that against you to close your mouth. Speak your thoughts or lose your mind, because people gonna have to respect the people. We forget that we're the ones that got the power up in this mug. Without our votes, they can't sit on those seats. Sheffield says, back to what you were saying in the beginning, Royce, the best way is to make use of the resources that we already have to begin building up the community for ourselves. Funding is always going to be the biggest issue. Either way, you take this conversation. You're right. And we got DeJuan Brazeltons. We got some Sheffields out here. We got some baseball, basketball, football players out there. Come on back down to Tullahoma and sponsor this movement. Dadgummit. Put some money into the community. Buy back the block, like Rick Ross said. I'm calling all my little superstars out there, all the little guys out there and made it and stuff. Don't be acting all bougie. Don't act like you didn't come from Tullahoma. I'm not being personal. I'm just saying, help us out. Help the community. Buy back the block, because, like I said, I don't really trust the government too fully like that. And I'm not being personal with this city government, but I'm just putting it out there so it's recognizable and you know that we said it and it's going to hold y'all accountable. Do us right. Do the city right. We wouldn't have to do this diversity stuff if you weren't doing your job.
When you have elected officials that act like that, like Ashley just described, how are you supposed to trust them? Anybody in the time of COVID that would make fun of a mother, that's ridiculous. Like, who does that? Like,
where you don't want to approach them. If you know you're going to be ridiculed or you know you're not going to be listened to. For example, so Janice Bowling has set hours that are, I hear they're published in the paper, but I've never looked for them. That she comes and has an open desk or open office where you can come in and speak to her. Hence her lesbian came into the office moment.
That one time.
And so it was like it was hard for her to say the word lesbian. Like she didn't want to say it. Anyways, so I took advantage of that when I first moved back here. And I would go talk to her. I'd be the only one to show up. And it had gotten to the point where she didn't want to hear what I had to say. She didn't care because she knew she was going to disagree with me. And she would just throw Bible verses at me versus what was actually my concern or things that I needed her to address. And I don't think she takes in account, this is my personal opinion of her, personal, not a fact. But I feel like she does not take into account anything that does not benefit her in a spiritual way or in a way that falls under her, how do I say this, falls under of who she, which I can understand that because in a political position, I would want to make laws and things where it fell under, what I believe in. Unfortunately, what she believes in harms many people, prevents many people from stepping up in life. So anything that can't benefit her, she doesn't understand. She just falls back onto the written word and throws it in your face and kind of belittles you. Yes.
Well, I want to go ahead and say it. I'm tired of it's nothing about Christian people, whatever, religious people in general. Like, just because you believe in a certain way does not give you a license to be an asshole to other people. It just don't. Like, it don't matter what your book says. You don't get to be a bad person.
The best gave me was, do not trust someone who has a Bible verse on their business card. And that's ever given me.
No, that's true. I feel you on that, y'all. And so look, I do appreciate y'all coming on, man. Like, cause we getting around that little 2-hour mark or whatnot, and I just appreciate y'all's support. You know what I'm saying, of the show. But then all in all, I really just appreciate y'all's support for the people. You feel what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I really appreciate you guys, and what you're doing out there. You guys are speaking up. You're doing your own things in the community and stuff. And I just want to tell everybody, you know what I'm saying, to do the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and close y'all out or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely link out with y'all, you know what I'm saying, like a little later or whatnot. And I'm just going to do the Montel Williams thing, man. So, BJ, I appreciate you, man. I'll be talking to you later. Ashley, I'm pretty sure we'll link up pretty soon or whatnot. But just thank y'all for coming on and just sharing your thoughts, man.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
All right, y'all, for sure, man. One.
All right, bye.
All right. Woo, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so this is how I'm going to close out right here. There was something that I wanted to kind of close out on right here because I was going to talk about just one last thing that Janice has said, and she was trying to say about 50 years ago or something like that. She said something about living in a 3-bedroom house, and they had to share a bathroom. She had to wait in line for the bathroom. She had said that to make it seem like that she was on the same level as everybody else. Said I was on the wrong side of the tracks. I don't know what the hell that means, on the wrong side of the track. Were you in the black neighborhood? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't know. I don't know what that means, but he said it wasn't in Tullahoma, but you were in the wrong side of the tracks. You had a 3-bedroom house in the 50s and 60s. I want to say 60s, you say 50 years ago, 47. In the 60s, a 3-bedroom house, and y'all all had to share the bathroom. Oh my gosh. You had to share a bathroom? For real? You mean you had to wait in line for a bathroom? How so not privileged are you, right? And this is what I'm trying to say, since she was trying to compare that. So since you want to compare timelines, I'm going to take you back to the time when my dad was in that time. A time before black people couldn't vote, right? Still in the Jim Crow laws. You know what I'm saying? Segregation ain't even popped off yet. My dad and my granddad had to go outside to use the bathroom in a wooden john that didn't flush. Some of us didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out, and you got the nerve to try to compare your struggle to the minority struggle? To trying to say you in a 3-bedroom house and you had to wait to use the bathroom? Were you too classy to go outside and squat? Because that's what some of us had to do. Some of us that didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw out. And this is whether you're white or black even then. You know what I'm saying? But I know what kind of point she was trying to make, and that was bullshit, Janice. Y'all can share that and tell her that. Real talk, man. It's time for these politicians to stop playing with us. Stop playing with the people. And we need to start holding these mofos accountable. Janice, don't you ever do that again. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. That is so disrespectful to try to compare a privilege. And even though we do all have privileges, there's white privilege, there's black privilege and all that, but the way you were trying to say it was like you were trying to come down to earth with the people, that you had to share a bathroom in a 3-bedroom house when some of us only had a 1-bedroom house, wooden house. My dad in Winchester, when tornadoes came, the whole house shook. And when you got to go pee out there in 20, 30 degree weather and it don't even flush, you feel me? Don't do that. Don't do that to the people. I think we're over that. I think we're not into the matrix anymore. We've unplugged from that. So you can quit all your acting and all your antics and all your fake crying and all your black superhero pandering and stuff like that. We're not falling for it no more. And I'm calling the people not to fall for that no more. I'm calling for all the unheard not to fall for that anymore. Don't fall for that. I don't like that junk. You don't do it. You just don't do it. That's not cool. I don't care how you feel about what you don't want in the government, in the councils. Don't do that. Don't talk to us that way. And for the minorities out there that's afraid to speak up because somebody done something for you, don't let what people do for you hide the truth. Don't be afraid, because sometimes those type of people, I'm keeping it real, those type of people will do things for you just so you will shut up. And y'all know it's true. And it's time for y'all to speak up and come up out of the woodworks. I'm calling out all the pastors. I'm calling all of y'all. Keep it real. Don't be quiet for politicians because they done something for you. If they wrong, they wrong. If they out of line, they out of line, and it's time for them to be corrected, and that's just what it is. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm off my soapbox. You know what I mean? Off my soapbox. I got one last thing, because one of the speakers said up there, he said, where is the percentage of the people that are unheard? Well, guess what? I have something for y'all. If y'all look in the Royce's rant, the regular page, y'all see that I have something pinned up there. All right. This is a survey. All right. And I'm actually going to put it up. Josh, if you can you go into my watch party? Because I can't pin it. It's that last thing that I posted in there. Could you pin that on my page or whatever? I pinned it on the Royce's rant page. I need y'all to click that page. I promise y'all, it's only going to take 5 to 8 minutes, depending on how fast you can read and click and type in. This survey speaks for the unheard. This survey speaks on our living conditions, our politicians, our concerns. You know what I'm saying? Jobs. Did I say living conditions? All of that. This is a survey for the people that are unheard. You'll see the link when you click it. It says say it loud, right? It says say it loud. Y'all click that link. I want, by tonight, before y'all go to bed, please click that link, okay? And I'm calling this out. I want at least 100 people before they go to bed. Just click that, 100 people. Take 5 minutes just out of your night before you go to bed and click that, because we need stats. We need statistics. So when these politicians come out and say, well, where's the voice of the unheard? Okay, well, 30% of the people feel this way. 25% of the people feel this way. 40% don't like your ass. You know what I'm saying? Because numbers is what counts to these politicians. They want to see numbers. Since they're not getting out there in these streets like they should, let's give them numbers. We got to meet them halfway if that's the case. They say, oh, we can come to them. They're available. Please do that. But if they won't come to us, we're going to make sure that we have the proper statistics to let them know what's going on in our neighborhoods, in the ones that are unheard. Because let's just quit lying. There are people out here that are not being heard, and y'all forget about them, and y'all know that. So quit playing with us. And I need people to speak up. All right? So before y'all go to bed, y'all click that link. Yep, my producer pinned it right there. Please click that link. Some of y'all have seen it before. Click that link and fill out that survey. This is for our Tri-County area. Speak up. If you don't want to say it with your mouth, say it with the click. Say it with this post right here. Say it with this link. If you don't want to speak up right now, I'll continue to speak up. You know what I'm saying? As long as y'all back me, don't leave me out here alone. Because I'm running my mouth, but I'm speaking the truth. Okay? So, as I close out, you feel what I'm saying? I just want to say thank y'all for sharing. I want to thank y'all. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Gina Mitchell. Thank y'all for sharing. Just remember what we talked about. You know, yeah, I'm all for a diversity council, but I also want y'all to think for a minute. Do y'all really trust it? Do y'all really trust it to be in the hands of the city government? It's almost like Daniel was kind of like trying to give you a warning here. Like, do you really want to put it in their hands? Just to be honest with you. You know what I mean? I don't want to debate over if it's good or not to be, you know, city represented or be in the agency of the city, or to do this on your own. But I feel like that we got enough resources. I just feel like that we forgot that we the people can do this ourselves. Out of everybody that's watching, probably got 1,000 views tonight, right? And over 100 people and stuff watching all together. I bet you every one of you got at least one source that can contribute to what we can do here. It's just, that's all we got to do. Continue to do it. Everyone in Tullahoma, also share the link on your social media. Share it with your friends and family. Yes, I'm going to put it up on my page when I get off of here, all right? For real, y'all. This is a mother-freaking movement. This is not a moment. You don't want those calibers of persons in charge. That's right. We have that power. So quit sitting on your ass and quit being afraid just because somebody was good to you for one moment. All right? I'm done talking because I'm hungry and I got to get something to eat. All right? So I love you guys. I'm your boy, Royce the Voice, Orange Click, Orange Leaders. Shout out to K-Team. Speak your thoughts or lose your mind. And we up out of here.